Hello and welcome to your reading today. If you're new, I'm Aina. Okay, so let's just dive in and see what you need to know today. When you are here, you are probably here by intuition. So there will be a message in this reading for you. Maybe all of it, maybe some of it. So take it as it is for you. And I also need to mention that in my readings, I usually speak in present tense. Just know that it is forward moving, okay? I just like speaking in present tense. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we're going to look at this one and the one underneath as part of a message. 2 of Wands. Okay, so he is he's making a map in the sand here about where he wants to go next. A map of his future. So there are 2 options here, 2 paths he has made here, but he is pointing to the left, and that's the heart part. That's the heart, following the heart. And there is a lot of excitement and exhilaration about something new here. That's what I feel. And 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups, it is a card of being more present, like children, and to be more joyful, to choose what brings you most joy. Yeah. I also noticed on this card, here is the path being chosen, and here is a goodbye, and here is a door open, and the heart is here. So it's definitely about you choosing a path that is more aligned with what you truly deeply want. Okay, so let's start with this. I can get this card also. Okay, 1 card please, 1 card. Okay, power is the number 40. 40 is, it breaks down to a 4 that has to do with stability, stable foundation, and standing in your own power and choosing what gives you most empowerment. I'm going to read a small part of the text in this book before we continue. Not all of it, just a small part. Let's see here. Express your strength with grace and take back your power. It's safe to own your gifts and talents. Accept that within you is a place of divine strength and inner ability. This card appears when you are ready to stand in your power. Okay. It means that you have probably felt powerless. But now something is shifting within you. I feel transformational energy here. Let's see there next. The Ace. Wow, that's beautiful. The Ace of Wands. An amazing opportunity is coming or is already present. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action, or very soon. Do what you are passionate about. So this is following your heart's path. What do you feel in your heart? The moon? Yeah. Okay, so the new moon in Cancer is tomorrow from when I do this reading. I'm doing this July 13th, and it's going to be released on July 13th. So if you see this within the next week after, so before July 20th, this is about planting seeds, following your heart, following your intuition when you move forward. This is using the moon's energy, the new moon energy, to your benefit. New moon in Cancer has to do with your feelings, has to do with your deeper self, your soul, following a path. And I kind of like this because In one of the first cards we looked at, there was a cat and a woman saying goodbye to the cat, but here the cat is with her. There's a cat with her. So whatever you are choosing, and this tiger may feel daunting. So whatever you want to do feels uncertain and maybe even scary. But you're meant to walk it. You have the power, you have the inner strength that you can walk with. Yeah, Chariot, moving forward. You're ready for something new here. You're ready for progress. You're ready for next part of your journey. And this is something huge. There are 2 major arcana cards here as part of your topics for this reading. So definitely forward moving. I hear also for some of you, I'm moving on. Moving towards something different. This is something I want. And my soul is calling me. I see the Judgment card. That is a wake-up call and a soul's calling. Number 43 breaks down to 7. That is part of your path, and also to be called by Spirit to do something different. Thoughts, cultivate your ideas. I get to move on them. There's a hat here, and I feel that hat. For me, it feels the hat is your crown chakra, your knowing, and also the connection with Spirit, with your higher knowing, with your higher self. Okay, let's move into the tarot and see what else comes. And I need to mention I do have a couple of decks beside me here that I'm going to draw a few cards from at the end as your final messages also. 8 of Swords, that's limiting thinking. I'm going to get out all the 6 first cards from this deck, and I'm going to add cards from another deck after. Let's see here. Here's the Fool. Yeah, here's you now. And of lately, being very unsure, being scared, being unsure about the path forward, negative thinking, and doubting yourself. Let's see here. Here's the Moon again. That's clarity. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, that's your energy. It's about taking it slow. It's about trusting yourself. The Queen of Pentacles energy is, she's very intuitive and grounded. So if you don't feel grounded right now, that's about to shift. She knows what she wants and she's going for it. And she's trusting that no matter how long it takes, she's going to get there. These are about your fears and your limiting thinking. 8 of Swords is, it's an illusion, actually. The belief that I am limited. That's an illusion. Here is some self-doubts. Not seeing the path clearly. But in the 2 of Swords is you can trust your intuition. Also, actually, in the 8 of Swords, she can trust her intuition. She can remove herself from these ropes. They are very loose. And take off her blindfolds. And she can move up to this castle. She just doesn't know it because she is thinking too negatively. So that's part of your message here. Trust your intuition instead of your limiting thinking. The only hindrance here is the way you think. I get from my guides, thoughts are, they can hold you back or they can move you forward. So this is a time for you to choose to implement new thinking, to shift your focus. Here is a new beginning, starting something new that came here in the beginning, ready for new adventures. choosing to be optimistic and going for something that you don't know how is going to go. There are some reluctance here. I'm going to add some cards to these cards in a minute. Here's also the moon, so it's coming out twice. The moon is also about, even though you can't see the path forward and you are insecure, maybe even felt fogged, like you can't see a path forward, not sure what you want. That's usually a part of a transformation. That's what's coming through. Being unclear, not seeing clearly what you want, for instance, or whether you can pull something off. But here comes the clarity. Page of Swords is choosing to think differently. Choosing your thoughts. So as an inspiration, you can listen to someone who, like Louise Hay or Wayne Dyer, for instance, or read a book about changing your mind, changing your thoughts as a starting point. Sometimes we need that type of help to get going. No shame in that. Teachers are here to help us move forward. Okay, and now I'm going to add cards to this and see what else comes. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Wow, 9 of Pentacles. I love the energy here. It's very grounded. King of Wands. The Devil. Yeah, that's your fears. It's your fears and your limitations. 9 of Wands. You're afraid to... Wow. Page of Swords twice. And underneath is the Fool again. So the Fool is out twice. You're standing on the brink of change. And it feels scary. Part of you is afraid of letting go of the old. Even of the old you knew. It's like who you have known yourself to be is changing. And that itself can feel scary. It's also this this pulling within you about making some physical solid changes. Can feel exhilarating but also scary. But I get from my guts, you are ready for this. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles is fear of uncertainty. 10 of Pentacles is stability. It's the tribe card. So that can be that you are afraid of how this affects your relationship with the people around you. You're afraid of losing the stability that you have been so accustomed to. 9 of Pentacles is that you can trust yourself. Okay. It's a card of independence, of stability, of gratitude, of, self-trust. Knowing you can do it, knowing that you have what it takes. This is being bold, being courageous, like came here. This is you moving forward in your own power. The Fool with the King of Wands is being adventurous and being strong. Moving forward, having a plan and executing. I'm doing this. I am doing this. I can do this. I do what it takes. That also is in the Queen of Pentacles. This is a call for you to just push through your self-doubts. You're ready for something more here. 4 of Cups and the Devil. For some, I get two messages here. For some, this is a grieving a relationship, something you struggle letting go of. Can be a relationship. For some, it can be habit, that you are changing habits. And that is usually part of kind of reinventing yourself or choosing a rebirth. Is that you have to let go of you naturally let go of certain habits, certain ways of thinking, fears, and all of a sudden you don't see yourself the way you used to, like I already touched here. And that can feel scary also. Here also, you're afraid to trust yourself. Maybe you have followed your intuition before and it turned out not as you hoped for. But know that intuition doesn't always... Intuition leads us to what we are meant to experience. Okay, so we are not here to be understood all the time, for instance. Intuition can sometimes lead us to certain experiences that feels painful. And we're meant to go through those because it chisels away on our illusions. So when you stand in your power, you know that you can handle anything. Life is a path of pain and resurrection. Pain and resurrection. It's a constant transformational journey. This is a call for you to trust yourself, to trust the universe, to trust that you can change your life, because there is an underlying feeling of you for a long time not being content with your life. So there will be some havoc during your changing phase, mostly within you, maybe even a little bit around you. That's normal. And these times that we are in is major shift on a global scale. It's not just you. Your process is part of the greater whole. So that's important to remember also, that you're not just doing this for yourself. You're doing it for all the people you're going to meet along the way when you move forward with this change. There's a lot of beautiful things in your future when you make this change. So yeah, I'm going to draw a few cards as your final messages. This is all about allowing the change, making the changes. I'm going to draw 3 cards. And okay. This is a freedom journey that you're on. And the card underneath is actually the sun. So that's a lot of happiness. And oops. Let's see here. Okay. I feel that you have been confused. There's been a lot of confusion for you. What is the right thing? What is it I want? But deep down, you know what you want. And you're ready to shed a lot here. And you have been doing it also. I get from my guys, this is kind of the pinnacle of your confusion. Soon, things are going to get a lot clearer. They're saying that. So, intuition. Yeah. Here's the confusion. When inner guidance feels blocked, it's easy to lose touch with your spiritual center. Now you're moving towards this or being guided towards this. Trust your inner voice and gut feelings. The answers you seek will be found within. And with this, jump in. The stars won't all line up for you. Stop waiting for all conditions to align perfectly. Try what you have been doubting. And take a step with confidence. Here's the confidence. Sometimes action precedes perfection. This moment is when you need to jump in. Wow. Here's the jumping in. And you got the Fool card out twice. So this is where you've been. Procrastination, delays, flawed planning has made it difficult to finish what you have started or even to start. And now, a major cycle is coming to a conclusion, marking a major milestone of achievement and ending of a cycle. So it's important to have patience. The universe's timeline doesn't always align with your desires, but it weaves the future in its own way. The delays you have been experiencing are preparing for the miracles you are waiting for. Forcing things won't speed up the process. Instead, it may cause you to miss miracles meant for you. And that's not something you want. So you don't want to miss the miracles. Wow. This is major. Okay, so seek compromise and avoid further disputes by prioritizing harmony over individual gain. So what you're experiencing can be victory achieved at the expense of others, diminishes all involved. So there's been some struggle, might even experience some struggle with someone. Might be that someone in your life needs to go. That, not like kicking people out, but this is a natural part of transformation. Yeah, might be some discord with someone because of the changes you're going to make. Know that that is part of transformations. That's part of changes. Sometimes people need to go separate ways because we are on different paths, and many people are not meant to be with us most of our lives. And that is a good realization to embrace. Might be that you can say goodbye on friendly terms. And if not, you can deal with it. Cosmic pause. You are being led by the universe to momentarily pause before moving forward. Step back, carefully assess each possibility, and ensure your steps are in sync with your destiny's plan. This is regarding relationships that you have felt for some time is not meant to be anymore. So reassess, and also to come to a point where you know, where you have this knowing within, that this is not meant to be part of my life anymore. That person, this type of relationship, this can be romantic, or it can be friends, or it can be family even. You know who that is for you. Okay, wow. This was your reading today. Oh, I get from my guides. I'm going to read from the book, all of the message for the power card. Where is the book? There it is. The power card. That was number 40. It's not a lot. It's this little part. Okay. Okay, this card appears when you're ready to stand in your power. If you have lost or given away authority to someone or something else, it's now time to reclaim it. If you have been holding on to limiting beliefs, or if you're afraid of being shunned, judged, or ostracized, it's time to let go of those limitations. Release any fear of misusing your power. True strength doesn't dominate or manipulate. It's a gift from the Creator that dwells within you. You have the spiritual power that is born of sacred love, of wisdom, and grace. This ability can heal others and bring light into any darkness. So, be an elephant, patient, forward moving, and powerful. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Did this resonate? Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. I also love comments. And actually, I would also love to know, when you look outside the window from where you sit or are, what do you see? I would like to know. Okay. Bye.